When the Vorash Dominion first detected the blue-green planet orbiting a quiet yellow star, their commander, Zorkel, believed it to be a gift from the stars. The scans showed signs of ancient wars, but no functioning defense grid, no active fleet patrols, no warning beacons. To the Dominion, that meant one thing: ripe for conquest. A fleet of 63 ships broke through the planet's thin cloud layer and descended through the atmosphere, cutting through streaks of lightning and dense storm fronts. The world beneath them looked wounded. Oceans polluted, cities cracked, satellites long dead. Zorkel turned to his adjutant, a slender creature with 6 silver eyes. Begin planetary broadcast. Tell any survivors they now belong to the Dominion. The message echoed in 100 languages, bouncing off abandoned transmitters, static-filled frequencies, and silent relay towers. No answer came. Deserted, muttered the adjutant. Perhaps long dead. Zorkel's fanged smile widened. Then Earth is ours. They landed near what used to be New York City, though no one in the Dominion knew that name. The ruins stretched like a scar across the coastline, skyscrapers hollowed out by time, vines twisting around metal bones. The aliens deployed reconnaissance drones, scanning for biosigns. At first, the readings were faint, just scattered life forms, birds, small mammals, and something else, something buried deep underground. Within an hour, their soldiers began disappearing. The first unit vanished near the Hudson ruins. The second, near a collapsed subway tunnel. No distress calls, no weapon discharge, only silence. Zorkel sent a squad of elite hunters. They wore adaptive armor, capable of shifting color and shielding from projectile impact. They went in armed with plasma rifles and returned with nothing. Only one helmet was found, split open like a cracked egg, claw marks burned into the alloy. By nightfall, their orbiting ships detected anomalies across the planet, heat signatures rising from old silos, electromagnetic pulses from mountains once thought inert, and a growing signal repeating one chilling phrase in an ancient tongue. Defense protocol, humanity. Zorkel didn't understand the language, but the tone was unmistakable. Command activation. The next morning, the skies turned red. Across the planet, forgotten machines woke. Drones that hadn't flown in centuries powered up, satellites reoriented, and old orbital cannons, buried under oceans and deserts, flared to life. The Vorash fleet's communications began to fail. Then, one by one, their ships were struck from below. Invisible beams of kinetic energy tore through hulls, splitting ships apart before they could rise. On the ground, Zorkel stared at the sky as pieces of his fleet fell like burning rain. "What is this?" he hissed. His adjutant's voice trembled. "Sir, the old archives say this world species, humans, once built weapons tied to their DNA, designed to activate only when foreign biomatter was detected. The planet, it's defending itself." Zorkel didn't believe it. A dead race cannot fight back. And yet they were. The ground trembled. From the ruins of the old city, giant machines, long-buried mechs, rose from beneath the concrete. Rusted, scorched, and ancient, but still functional. Their cores glowed with artificial suns. A holographic voice echoed from one of them. It wasn't human, but it was built to sound human. Defense Grid Alpha Awakening. Identification. Earth's Sovereignty Protocol. The mechs locked onto the invaders. The Dominion soldiers fought bravely, but plasma bolts simply deflected off ancient armor. The machines fired back with railgun bursts that split buildings and vaporized the aliens by the dozen. Above, Zorkel's command ship was caught in a tractor beam, an ancient satellite reactivating its grip. His engineers screamed, unable to override it. Then came the broadcast. A human voice. Calm, unyielding. This is Earth Command. Unauthorized entities detected. You should not have come. The transmission wasn't live. It was centuries old, automated, but it was enough to freeze the invaders' hearts. The message continued, distorted but clear. To any species hearing this, if you have found Earth, leave. We fought gods here. We buried monsters in our oceans. This planet remembers. So will its children. Zorkel screamed to his fleet. Retreat. All ships, retreat immediately. But there was nowhere to run. The orbital cannons had reactivated fully now. The Dominion fleet disintegrated in a storm of burning metal. Hours later, silence returned. The Earth was quiet again, its guardians sinking back into the ground, waiting for the next fool to arrive. Zorkel's command pod crash-landed in the ruins. He crawled from the wreckage, armor cracked, plasma weapon useless. He limped through the streets, surrounded by the ghosts of a world he'd tried to claim. He found a mural on a wall, weathered, faded, but still legible. Humans standing shoulder to shoulder beneath a blue flag, holding weapons made of light. The words beneath it read, "We were the storm." Zorkel finally understood. Earth wasn't abandoned. It was dormant. A sleeping fortress wrapped in ruin. He fell to his knees as the ground rumbled again. Out of the darkness came the sound of metal footsteps, measured, precise. A machine stood before him, humanoid but massive, its chest glowing faint blue. It scanned him once and spoke in the same cold voice. Species, Vorash Dominion. Threat level, minimal. Status, trespasser. Zorkel raised his arms in surrender. We didn't know, we thought you were extinct. Extinct. The machine tilted its head. No. We simply stopped talking. It raised its arm. A pulse of white light erupted, and Zorkel was gone. When the storm cleared, the planet was silent again, its ancient guardians sinking back into the soil. Above, broken ships drifted in orbit, serving as a warning beacon. A week later, a transmission pulsed through deep space, one short, automated message repeating endlessly. Earth secured. Defense systems online. Unauthorized presence. Eliminated. And across the galaxy, in distant empires and hidden colonies, those who heard the signal whispered one truth among themselves. You can conquer stars, but you never conquer Earth.